Hey guys, it's Anya, otherwise known as Pink Sweets here on YouTube, and today I'm so excited. I'm going to do another rainbow look, which will be the second, I believe, in my series. And I decided I wanted to do a series based on rainbow looks where I told you guys I was going to do different techniques, different styles, just do the rainbow in a different way with different palettes so that you guys know that there's different ways of doing everything. So I'm really excited, and today I'm going to do a series which is going to be 3 palettes, 1 look. I've seen a lot of tutorials where they do 1 palette, 3 looks, but I don't think I've ever seen 3 palettes, 1 look. So today I'm going to be using 3 different palettes to get this look, essentially. And the first palette that I'm going to be using is the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. So I'm excited about that. They're all Jeffree Star palettes, by the way. The second one is the Beauty Killer palette, which was his first palette. The Blood Sugar is the most recent. And then the Androgyny palette, which is his middle palette. This palette looks like this. This palette, Beauty Killer palette, looks like this. And then the Blood Sugar palette, which I'm sure you guys have seen all over the internet, looks like this. So I'm going to attempt to get a rainbow look from these palettes, and I don't know exactly what I'm doing quite yet, but we shall see how it turns out. So without any more rambling, let's get started. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below anything that you'd like to see on my channel that you haven't seen yet. So first I'm going to go in with my eyeshadow primer, which, especially when doing a bright, colorful look, is going to be, for me, a white eyeshadow base, which will be my MAC paint stick. That's my favorite white base at the moment. And as you guys can see, my brows are very, very intense today. I decided to really try to match them to my hair, and I use the same pencil, but I set it with an eyeshadow. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, I like switching it up. Sometimes I like an intense brow. Usually I like a more natural brow, but today I just wanted something really like in your face. So I'm going to take some tape, which is going to be our guideline, and go ahead and put that here and here. Okay, I think the first palette I'm going to go into is going to be the Blood Sugar palette, and I'm going to go in with the color Glucose, which is this bright white right here. And I'm going to use my Morphe M504, which is just a really big, fluffy blending brush. And I did already moisturize with my Glam Glow Illuminating Moisturizer. Oh, and while we're at it, let's put on some primer. I'm going to try a new primer today. This is by The Ordinary. This is the High Spreadability Fluid Primer. The Ordinary is a company that is Canadian, and it is very inexpensive and very high quality at the same time. So this is an interesting primer. It's very silicone-y. It has a dropper, but I don't know how you'd even be able to get anything into the dropper because it's very thick. I don't know if I need to shake mine a little more. Oh well, I'll worry about that later, right? So we're just going to, okay, I might have taken a little bit much. It's a very slippy. It'll be interesting to see how the foundation goes over top of this. I'm just taking a little bit. I have a little washcloth on my lap that I'm wiping the excess off on because it doesn't really have a scent. Let me see how that made my skin look. Oh, okay. So it definitely, I feel like it definitely got rid of my pores, like filled them in, smoothed them out. I don't have super, I don't have super big pores, but it definitely filled in what I have. Okay, so made my hand kind of slippery. So like I said, I'm going to go in with that Morphe M504. Make sure any other color is off of it because I'm going in with a white. I'm just going to take that shade Glucose, which is very pigmented, and I'm going to just make sure there's no creases. Sometimes it creases while I'm talking. And it, you know, any eyeshadow base is going to be like that, where it's going to crease unless you set it. So I'm just setting that. See, I think it had some pink left on it. Okay. And I'm just doing that from the crease to my brow bone, because I don't want to have to do my brow bone highlight after I've got all those bright colors down. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to think if I want to do the entire rainbow on one eye or if I want to do half and half. I did half and half last time, so I think I'm going to do, or try to do, as much of the rainbow on one eye as I can. So I'm going to go into the Androgyny palette. There's not really a yellow per se, but I'm going to go in with this shade called Frosting right here, which is kind of an orangey, goldish yellow. So we're going to go in with that. I'm going to start with one eye and see if I want to continue doing the entire rainbow on one eye. I think I'm gonna do two eyes. So I think I'm gonna do one eye with like the yellowy, orangey red and pink, and then the other eye I think I'm gonna do the other shades. I think that's how I'm gonna do it. So I'm just putting that color Frosting in the inner corner. Then I'm going to go into Charm, which is this shade right here. And I'm using my Morphe F or E, kind of rubbed off, 17. I'm just going to kind of blend that into it, into the first shade. Yeah, I just think it would be hard to get the entire rainbow on one eye. Eventually, I'm gonna do it though. But I think I have so many shades from these palettes that I want to use that this is not the one to do it with, so. Okay. Then I'm gonna go into the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette, and I'm gonna go into the shade Prick, which is this bright, like orange red. I'm going to coat that same brush with it, and I'm just going to put that over top of Charm. Yeah, Charm. I'm actually going to just bring that all the way out. And I love Jeffree Star, as you guys know. I'm going to go with my Morphe M505. I love him as a person. I know that he's done some things in the past that people haven't always agreed with, but I definitely think he's grown and changed. Oh, I almost dropped the palette. Now we're going to go in the shade, actually I'm going to do the Beauty Killer palette. I was going to use the shade Cavity, but I'm going to use Star Power. It's a little bit brighter. Pink right here. Gotta figure out where to put all these palettes, right? Okay, so we're gonna use that, and I'm just gonna kind of use that over top of Prick, just to make that red a little bit more neon and a little bit more on the pink side. Oh, that's so pretty. I love it. And I think I'm going to deepen it up a little bit. Maybe not. I haven't decided. I kind of really just like that. But I'm going to use just a little bit of blood sugar, which is this metallic red right here. Let me just swatch it. Maybe just right on the outer, because I don't want it to change that brightness or take away from the neon effect. No, but I like what it added. Just added the slightest metallic-y sheen without taking away the neon. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Charm from the Androgyny palette and just add a little bit more of that, just because we don't want to lose any of the shades that we have. Okay, and then do the same with Prick. Sometimes a rainbow look is all about layering. And now one more time into Star Power, because again, don't want to lose that neon. Yeah, I like that. All right, now we're going to work on the other side. So I think for this, we're going to go into the the Beauty Killer palette. We're going to use this shade right here, which is called Expensive. It's a teal. And I'm going to go in with that same E or F, I'm not really sure which one it is, 17. And we're just going to take that, coat the brush, and put that, just blend out this, make sure the creases aren't there. That shade is so pigmented. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a MAC 242, I think, yeah. Have a little bit more control with that brush. Okay. Alright, so that's that. Then we're going to go into, excuse me, the Androgyny palette and use that beautiful olive green shade called Military. And I'm going to start out with it on the 242. This is a lot of matte shades that we're using now. And these are very pigmented. Not as easily to blend as the other side, but still gorgeous. And just need a little bit of finesse. But that's how it is with most really pigmented mattes in my experience. I'm gonna go back into that with Fluffy ER-F17 with that same military shade and just kind of buff that in. Okay. And then I'm gonna take the MAC 242 and go back into that expensive shade and make sure we didn't lose that teal bluish pigmentation. I'm gonna have to decide what palettes I'm gonna use next for my rainbow series. Okay, so now we're gonna go into first root canal. Actually, we're gonna go into cavity and root canal mixed together, which is this purple and then pink. I'm gonna start with just the purple though. I'm gonna use that fluffier, the M505 from Morphe. I'm just gonna coat that with root canal. Almost went in on the wrong side. So this is the purple. And we're also gonna use a purple from the Beauty Killer palette, but it's a darker purple, and so I kind of want to lay these shades down first so that they become, the other purple has more of a chance of being really bright instead of really dark. These are definitely different tones than what I'm used to doing my rainbow looks with, but I really like it. I really like it. It's very vibrant. I mean, my other shades were very vibrant as well, but just in a different way. I guess the best way to describe it is the other way, the other look that I did, it was more like your primary colors, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. These are different tones of those shades. So now I'm going into the Beauty Killer palette, and I'm using this color right here, which is called Violence. And it's kind of like and I'm just gonna mix that with Star Power to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Just kind of go back and forth between the two. And then put that over top of that root canal shade. Yeah, I like that. That gave that a much more vibrant purple, kind of close to like Poison Plum from Sugar Pill, I guess would be a good way to, or a good thing to compare it to. Okay. All right, there we go. I think we're good on the upper, on the lid. And now we can go into doing our face. So I'm just gonna remove that tape. I really like the way this turned out a lot. Like, I think the shades are very, very bright. I am just going to take my brush with no additional product and just blend these two shades together a little bit better. There we go. Not as harsh of a line. Okay, and we're gonna take a makeup wipe. This is one of the Almay ones, and remove any fallout that we might have, which honestly is not a lot for as pigmented as those eyeshadows were. I mean, yes, some of it did fall onto the tape, which is another reason why it's good to use tape, but overall, for as bright as they are, if you watched my tutorial using the BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette, that palette had a lot of fallout. But as long as an eyeshadow palette has a lot of pigment, as long as the color payoff is good, I don't personally mind fallout, but I know a lot of people do, and I understand why. So I'm going to take a foundation I've actually never used on my channel as far as I know, Maybe I have. I don't know. This is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation, and I am in the shade Fair Light Neutral. I'm going to put that on the back of my hand, about 2 pumps. And I'm going to mix it and drop it. But mix it with this foundation here. This is the YSL Fusion Ink Foundation. I don't see a lot of people, using that. You guys, I swear, if I ever make it through a tutorial without dropping a bunch of crap, it'll be a miracle. Oh, goodness. I don't even know what that was. Oh, that was my tape. We don't need that right now. Okay, so I'm just going to mix those two together, and I think I'm going to have to mix in a little bit of the Fenty because that's fairly dark. I feel like a lot of foundations say that they're going to be like fair light neutral. You would expect pretty fair, right? No, not from Tarte. But Tarte is not the only brand that considers certain things fair or certain things deep, and then they're not. So yeah, I love the finish of this YSL foundation. I do wish I'm gonna have to see if they have a lighter shade, because I really love that foundation, but I feel like that particular shade is a little bit too dark for me. And that is in, I believe, B20. Yeah, B20. But for some reason, I wonder if they have a B10. I'll have to look it up, because if they do, I would totally buy it again. And I love the way YSL foundations smell. But I also find that Tarte foundations oxidize, and sometimes they look a little bit yellow on my skin. But the YSL foundation is beautiful. I just wish it was a little bit lighter. But I'll definitely have to look in to see if they have a lighter one. I feel like maybe not, because I feel like I normally get the lightest shade when they have it. So, but I could be wrong. I could have been darker at that time, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've gotten a little bit paler. I don't go out in the sun as much as I used to. So, who knows? But see how beautiful that finish is? And that primer, I think I like it. So far, I like it. It definitely made the foundation very easy to blend out. I think the primer was maybe like $7 on Beautylish or on the Ordinary's website. It's very affordable, very affordable. Okie doke. So now I'm going to take I'm actually going to go in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW15. I'll just put a little bit on the back of my hand. I've actually used this concealer as foundation before, and I like it. It's just really nice, but you need the tiniest amount. I use I'm not even joking, like a pea-sized amount just now. And it is just, it's enough to, I probably even still took too much. But yeah, this concealer has a beautiful finish. It's not too drying. And all over the face as a foundation, it's also amazing. And it lasts all day. No matter what primer you put on under it, no matter what setting spray you put on under it, it just works really, really well. And I like it as an eyeshadow base. I don't know why I don't use it more often. And I feel like it lasts forever. Like, I've had this little bottle forever. It comes like this. And like I said, I think I'm NW15. Yeah. And I just feel like it just lasts for the longest time. I feel like if I used it every single day with the tiny amount you need to use, I think I would maybe still, it would take me like a year to go through it, I'm pretty sure. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my powder, which is going to be the Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. This is just my favorite setting powder I've ever used so far. I still need to try the Hourglass one. I really need to go to Sephora. I'm just going to use my beauty blender, the tip of my beauty blender, to pat that in. I was going to use a different setting powder, but since this is my favorite, and this is my first time using this primer foundation combination, I wanted to just see how my powder that I normally use goes over top of it. So that if there's an issue, I know, okay, it's probably not, you know, the powder or this or that or the other thing, because I'm using mostly the same stuff I use normally. Okay. And then I'm going to take the CoverGirl, no, Maybelline Better Skin Super Stay powder. And this limited edition, I don't know, it's a Sephora, it's a regular brush that they sell. It's their 56, number 56 brush. That they normally sell, but it is a limited edition, just like the shading. And I'm kind of stamping in, stippling in that Maybelline powder, just really pushing it into the skin to set that foundation, because I use 3 different foundations that have different finishes, and I really want to make sure my makeup lasts. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our Morphe M438, and I'm going to use, which one am I going to use? No, I'm actually going to use a different blush that I've never used on my channel before. I really like this blush. It's an illuminating bronzing powder by, I don't know why it's called illuminating, because I don't think it's very like luminous or shimmery or anything like that, but this is by Bobbi Brown, and it's in the shade Telluride. It has a very unique undertone for a bronzer. It's more red than what I'm used to, but it gives you a very natural, like I was out in the sun kind of look, I guess, as opposed to the orangey that most bronzers and contour powders are. I know some people say, oh, there's a difference between contour and, you know, bronzer, and I fully understand that. I personally like using bronzers for contour. Not always, but sometimes. As long as the bronzer has a cool undertone, I think it can be used as a contour powder. If it has more of an orangey, then no, because shadows, which is what contouring essentially is not orangey. So, as long as it has the right undertone, I think it's fine. Okay, now I'm going to go in with blush, and I'm going to go into my Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 2. This is the lighter of the two, and I'm going to go in with this one and this one. Whew, God. Hold on, I gotta get back to that side because that is pigmented. Wow. I don't know why I'm always surprised, because it's not like I don't know that it's pigmented. I mean, I like a pigmented blush, but even I'm like, whew, that is. Don't worry, we'll blend that out. I think we will. Just gonna use a little bit of that contour brush to kind of buff it in. I mean, I like pigment, but that was a little bit much. It still is, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna come back to highlighter in a minute. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of my Fix Plus to meld the powders into my skin. And then I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And just coat the top lashes only. Oh gosh, you guys. Every time I use this mascara lately, I feel like I get something on my lid or in my crease, and it aggravates the crap out of me. Hold on. I'm gonna have to fix that. I can't stand it. I don't think it's fixable. I just feel like too much comes up on the brush eventually. Like when I've been using it for a while, I feel like it gets clumpy really quickly. Like I enjoy it initially, and then I feel like it just, I don't know. See how I got it on the lid there? Can't stand that. I'll have to fix it once it dries. And of course it happens on the side with the yellow where it's really light, because if it were to happen on the side with the blue and the purple, you probably wouldn't even see it. Alright, let me let that, okay, I just bent that mascara one. Let me let that dry for a minute, and then we will try to fix it with a brush, because that's disappointing. Okay. Now we're going to take a pencil brush. I'm going to take the Morphe Blue pencil brush, and we're going to go in to, for the red side, I'm going to go into the Blood Sugar palette and the Beauty Killer palette. I'm going to use Star Power and Prick. So this one here, and from the Beauty Killer palette, the pink one, the bright pink one. I'll start with the pink. And then go into Prick. Kind of like that. Okay, and then on the other side, I'm going to go into Expensive from the Beauty Killer palette here. Actually gonna do Expensive on the outer, and then I'm gonna do Violence, which is the purple, on the inner. Or, I'm sorry, vice versa. Violence is going on the outer and Expensive on the inner. And then the brush. No product on it. Just kind of wipe away any fallout. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with an eyeliner. So many to choose from. I think I'm going to go in with OCC, the black eyeliner. And just put that in my waterline on both sides. I feel like sometimes this eyeliner is really pigmented and other times I feel like I have a hard time building it up. It's not consistent. I think it matters how much my eyes are watering. Whereas other other liners that I have, they just go on regardless. Let's see if we can fix what I broke. I'm gonna go in with, let's see, we're gonna need the Androgyny palette again. I'm gonna use my MAC, just cleaning it off because it has green on it. I'm gonna use my MAC 242 to do that. And I'm just gonna go into frosting and completely coat the brush, like on the top and on the sides, and just kind of try to cover the black. And then take that Charm shade and try to cover it on the lid. On the crease as well. Let's see. Phew, my eye is watering. I think, and that just took off all my eyeliner. I think it's because I got some eyeshadow in the actual eye. No, that's probably not it either, because I've done that before and I've never had an issue with, at least not with Jeffree Star. But I feel like, just looking for, I feel like that OCC eyeliner really didn't do me any favors. Like, I feel like it just, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit, hard. Like, it just it didn't want to blend. So I'm gonna actually take this NYX White Faux eyeliner and try and go in with that over it. Just to kind of take away any, there we go. Yeah, it's like I used that to kind of take away the liner that was there. And as soon as I did, my eyes stopped watering. So I definitely think that it was that pencil. Let me just fan my eyes for a second. Yeah, that pencil, I don't know, I love it most of the time, and I love their pencils to use as lip liner, but I feel like sometimes they are a little bit harsh to put in the waterline. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they glide right in there, and I keep them at the same temperature, so it's not the temperature in my room. I'm just going over top of the mascara that I put on already with this Maybelline Total Temptation. And whenever I run something in my waterline that's a little bit harsher, it definitely causes my eyes to water because it's basically scratching against my eyeball as I do it, so I know that's lovely, right? Oh, I just feel like, okay, there we go. I'm going to do the lower lash line. That's why I prefer the Lancome eyeliner, because it just glides right into the waterline, no issues whatsoever. Alright, I'm going to remove our foundation from our lips. Okay, and then we're going to do our highlighter. So, of course, I'm going to use a Jeffree Star highlighter. I'm going to use the shade So Gold. So effing gold. Alright, first I'm going to take the Glam Glow Setter setting spray. I do like this stuff. I don't use it as often. It's mainly the sprayer that I don't love as much. I feel like half of the stuff that I'm spraying goes into the air instead of on my face, or I have to hold it really close. So this is what this highlighter looks like. It is gold, and it might be a little bit dark for my skin tone. We'll find out. I'll probably go in with something over top of it. I mean, it's definitely blinding. But it definitely looks like I put eyeshadow on my face. So let's stop that and maybe try and take it away a little bit. See how that's looks like I put eyeshadow on my face. Okay. Try that again. We're going to go in with my favorite one, which is called Jeffree. Now, the other one, I would definitely use that as an eyeshadow. I would definitely use it if I were to put ice cold on top of it, but I didn't want to use ice cold today. I wanted to use a different shade. Jeffree is my favorite shade. This came out with the family collection. It's a beautiful lilac-y pink. I really want to get Lavender Snow, because if I love this one, I think I would love that one as well. Jeffree is just like a lilac-y pink, and it is my favorite. I'm hoping they make it permanent because it's like their highlighter together, because that would be awesome. I cannot imagine what I would do if I ran out. Okay. I go back into my blush brush. You guys know I like to mix the highlighter and the blush together. And last but not least, we're going to put on our lips, which I'm going to use Nathan by Jeffree Star. I've never used this color before. It is a peachy nude. I feel like this look definitely needs a nude with it, personally. Although I say that, but last time I did black glitter lips. So really you could do whatever shade you would like. But since I did crazy last time, I'm gonna do more neutral this time, while my baby chihuahua snores away. Okay, and then I'm actually going to top that with Jouer's Lip Topper in Sweet Tooth, which was a collaboration with Jeffree Star. I think I'll add the right amount of sparkle and make it a little bit more pink. I like this color, Nathan, though. Okay. And one more spritz. I think I'm going to use the matte, or I'm going to throw it. I'm going to use the Peach Matte Setting Spray. Just to finish everything off. And then we're done. If you guys want to see close-ups of this look, don't forget to go to my Instagram at Pink Sweets with a 1 instead of an I. And don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Please like and comment down below anything that you want to see on my channel. And I hope that you like this 3 palettes 1 look tutorial on this rainbow look. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.